In the last episode of Puppet Show Reviews, Gentleman was in a horrible accident, which resulted in him needing to be reborn into a new vessel. As a result, the gentleman we once knew is no more. Gentlemen, can you hear me, gentlemen? I can. Good. Can you remember what happened? I was doing a review of Transformers Prime. Is the Transformers franchise safe? Is it alright? It seems in Michael Bay's destructive tendencies, it is beyond salvation. No, that's not true. It's alive, I feel it. No. No! Don't be such a drama queen. Who the fuck are you anyway? Oh, I'm just a door-to-door salesman. Would you like to buy our new brand of vacuum cleaners? Ooh, I call dibs! Hello, I'm the Cartoon Gentleman, bringing you organized chaos. And yes, I have a new body. I'm new, I'm improved, and I'm covered in fur. But regardless, I am here to review a cartoon, and a cartoon is what I'll review. Let us continue. Transformers Prime, Darkness Rising, Parts 4 and 5. Cue the music! There is no music! Okay, then just play the clip. Episode 4 begins with Megatron ripping off the Black Cauldron and raising an army of the damned in order to kill all of his enemies and take over the planet. Of course, Optimus and Ratchet are there to stop them. In possibly one of the more epic fight scenes of this episode. But you know, that's not important. What is important is what's happening with the humans, right? Well, with Jack and Raph in the middle of a Decepticon firefight, Bulkhead has to play Uber driver and pick them up and carry them to safety. But in all honesty, if they were stupid enough to get involved in the firefight in the first place, they deserve to be shot. After taking the little brats to safety, Bulkhead proceeds to show what he's really made of and takes on the entire Decepticon warship single-handed and kicks its ass. But for as epic as that scene was, I feel that it's not stupid enough. Let's see if we can't find a way to make things a little bit more stupid. Well, clearly we can add more stupidity to the scene by having one of the kids once again sneak inside of Bulkhead in order to be part of the firefight.
I heaved on your floor mats. Sorry. Ooh.
Bitch, you shouldn't have done it the first time. So after our brief intermission of stupidity, Bulkhead once again proceeds to fight more Viacons by using its own warship as a weapon, but unfortunately gets overwhelmed and is forced to retreat inside of the ship with Miko in tow. But unfortunately for the other humans, they are captured by the Decepticons. Of course, to be fair, human kids can only get in the way anyway. So while Bulkhead and Miko are on their way to find Agent Fowler, one of the Decepticons lets it slip where he is to Raph and Jack, right before they are miraculously rescued by Bumblebee and RC. Now, I would question how they got there so fast, but I'm even more curious about how they managed to find Bulkhead so fast. So, after Bulkhead reunites with his friends, we can cut to Agent Fowler as he's proceeding to be tortured by Starscream, and he's about to spill the beans. But little does Starscream know, Agent Fowler has something powerful on his side. And that's America! What? America, fuck yeah! No, he doesn't have America on his side. He has giant fighting killer robots on his side. Oh. I guess that's cool too. We soon cut back to Optimus and Ratchet as they're doing Optimus and Ratchet things. Okay, that's enough of that. Hey, wait! There's some good scenes there! Like how Ratchet breaks his arm and Optimus blows up a bunch of them at once. This review's already going to be long enough. I don't need to add movement porn to the list. So after securing what appears to be a safe place, the Autobots completely ditch the kids in order to find Agent Fowler, where Jack confronts Miko on her stupidity. And let's be honest, this stunt of hers was pretty stupid. Now, I could show you more of my arguments on why Miko's decision was stupid, but bottom line is, she's just stupid. Her whole character is stupid. That is all. So after their verbal fight visibly upsets Raph, they try to comfort him, and then immediately after tell him to try to decipher some sort of alien code, which, of course, somehow he's able to. Well, okay, he can't decipher it, but he knows it's some sort of serious formula equation that's vitally important. So, of course, he already knows how to do it. You know what, let's check back with the Autobots. So, the Autobots are engaging in a standoff between all three of them versus Starscream, and then immediately jumps back to the kids, being, of course, in trouble. Of course, I can't really blame the kids for this one. They did exactly what the Autobots said. It's the Autobots who are the stupid ones in this case. I mean, what'd you think was gonna happen? You left them alone on a fully armed and functional Decepticon warship. You might as well have just put them on a silver platter and says, here, have your fill of killing children. You doomed those kids to die, you realize that, right, Autobots? Well, let's go ahead on back to that Mexican standoff. One of the Autobots fires first, and Starscream decides it's better to cut his losses and ditch the kid, which allows RC, Bulkhead, and Bumblebee to rescue Agent Fowler and the kids, and are able to get back to base safely. And so for the final time, let's cut back to Optimus Prime. Well, Optimus and Ratchet are able to defeat all the Terrorcons, but Megatron is surprisingly chill as he calls this a prelude to the main event. Wait a minute, if this wasn't your ultimate plan, what was it? I mean, that was a huge chunk of dark energon that you found, and it can raise the dead. Oh god, could it be what I think it is? I'm not gonna say it, but can it please be what I think it is? So they all manage to make it back to base, where Bulkhead is chewed out for bringing the humans along to the warship. Of course, Miko exclaims that it wasn't his fault, and they were able to gain some intelligence about what Megatron's ultimate plan is. Of course, Jack is less than thrilled, and decides that he doesn't want to be a part of this anymore.
No point in long goodbyes, here's the door.
Wow, Ratchet didn't even miss a beat. It's sad to say that the robots hate these kids as much as I do. Well, enough with Jack. Let's see what the Decepticons' plan is. Well, that information's gonna have to wait as Megatron proceeds to kick the shit out of Starscream, proving how much of a bitch he really is. Now, I know a lot of you people out there actually like Starscream, but come on! In this series, he's a bitch. He's a complete and total bitch. Just like Bumblebee. See? Just like Bumblebee. Thanks, Optimus. No problem. We also have to suffer through Miko trying to convince Jack to come back to the Autobots. Which, in this case... Miko, you, of everybody at Autobot HQ, has no right to judge Jack on his decisions. You nearly got them all killed. Your voice means nothing to me. Well, after all that, we finally get to see what those ultimate plan is, as the deciphering code turned out to be plans for a space bridge. So wait. Undead cons, space bridge, giant hunk of dark energon.
But the only place Megatron could possibly recruit that many fallen warriors.
Precisely. Cybertron.
Oh my god, it's actually happening! A planet-wide zombie transformer apocalypse! I wonder why Michael Bay hasn't actually thought of that. Sucks to be him. Prime got to it first. So Megatron's ultimate plan is to hurl a huge chunk of dark energon through his space bridge in order to raise an army of Cybertronian dead in order to conquer the world. That sounds awesome. But that has to be put on hold, for RC actually manages to convince Jack to come back. So yeah, the whole arc about him leaving, completely pointless. So, with little time to spare, Ratchet discovers that the Decepticon space bridge is high in Earth's atmosphere, and they have to risk a ground bridge jump all the way out there, knowing full well that it could snap and scatter them across the universe. What? Did you expect a joke there? No, I'm not going to joke about this. This is kind of serious stuff. But of course, the Autobots make it to the space bridge, just as Megatron's warship arrived. But for some reason, it's not activating the space bridge. Turns out, Bulkhead's shenanigans managed to disable the Decepticon warship, so they were unable to use the space bridge. Well, alright. Good for you. Well, this problem's solved. Oh, wait. What's up, Commando? Why would he even bother going to the space bridge in the first place if he couldn't use it? You know, that's a fair question. Well, the Decepticons' new plan is to use this giant satellite array in Texas in order to activate the space bridge and use it to lock onto Cybertron. And of course, no other Autobot can stop them. So who do they send?
Take some getting used to.
Oh, this series is trying so hard to make these kids important. So while the Autobots are doing actual combat on the space bridge, the humans are doing virtual combat at the home base of Texas. But little do they know that they're going to have to engage in actual combat shortly. And those kids are up against Soundwave. They ain't got no chance. So after Soundwave realizes that the kids are in the system, he immediately tries to correct the problem by reconnecting the space bridge and then cutting the hard lines. But he doesn't kill the kids, come on! They're clearly on the Autobots' side. So with the whole satellite thing completely pointless, the space bridge is activated and Megatron straight up hurls the giant chunk of Dark Energon straight through the portal, as it precisely lands on Cybertron, and the army of dead rises. Now I'm going to have to call a little bit of a foul on this one, Megatron. You just chucked the damn thing through the space bridge. Like, I know it's Soundwave, he's probably compensated for this, but you just chucked it. You didn't go there and deliver it yourself, you hurled it. You realize how astronomically precise your aim has to be for it to have hit? I mean, what if it missed? You would have just lost all that Dark Energon for nothing! Nothing! Of course, the scene was legitimately badass, so I'll give you some props for that. Moving on. So, with a seemingly unstoppable army of the damned coming through the space bridge, Optimus' plan is to destroy it all at once by blowing up the space bridge. Of course, destroying the space bridge would prevent them from ever returning home to Cybertron.
Then by all means, let us light our darkest hour.
Reference! That was a reference! That was a Gen 1 reference there. And it's a good one too. Not overplayed like another reference. So with Bulkhead, RC, and Bumblebee going off to try and reverse the current and blow the space bridge, Optimus decides to distract Megatron by making a final stand.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
Ah, that reference again. You know, I don't mind them referencing the Gen 1 series or even past generations of series, but why do they always go with the line, one shall stand, one shall fall? It's an awesome line, but it's too overplayed. So with seconds left to go before the army of the dead swarm through the gate and get to the other side, Optimus appears to be losing this fight. And as Megatron's about to make his final blow...
Starscream, what is it?
Really, Starscream? You couldn't even let him have that. So with Megatron realizing he's being tricked, he immediately goes after the other Autobots in order to stop him from blowing up the space bridge. And... holy shit, they just took out another one. And it's RC, too. I mean, damn, this is turning into a real bloodbath. Or Energon bath. Well, unfortunately, the Autobots did manage to reverse the current and is all going to hell in a handbasket. But Starscream decides to get the fuck out of there and leave Megatron behind. I don't know how he managed to convince his crew to do that, but unfortunately for him, Megatron gets caught up in the explosion.
Megatron's spark has been extinguished. All hail Starscream.
Starscream. You're gonna run the Decepticons straight to hell. So with the space bridge destroyed, the Autobots managed to all return to the space bridge. RC somehow managed to walk off a fatal wound, and it seems the Autobots are here to stay. Of course, only time will tell how effective Starscream's going to be as the supreme leader of the Decepticons. Oh, he's gonna get his ass kicked so hard. But that was Darkness Rising, 5-part special of Transformers Prime. It was badass. In these 5 episodes, they've done more than what Michael Bay did in 5 movies. And this is only 5 episodes. They managed to make me care about an Autobot that was relatively unimportant in 5 episodes. They managed to make me somewhat care about these humans in 5 episodes. They managed to make me feel the full weight of the destruction of the Decepticons in 5 episodes. This is how you write Transformers. They need that dark tone. They need that edge. They need to be badass. They don't need to be cool cars to be badass. They need to be badass to be badass. Transformers Prime had action. Transformers Prime had drama. Transformers Prime had character development, which is more than what I could say for any one of Michael Bay's productions. If you haven't seen Transformers Prime, I recommend watching it immediately. And use that as your basis of fact for Transformers. And Optimus Prime? Yes, gentlemen. You should be ashamed for allowing yourself to sign a deal with the devil to make your movies popular. Again, no offense. Still none taken. If you really want people to respect you as a franchise anymore, go back to Prime. Give us something like Prime. Or just give us Prime. I wish I could, but I've gone too far down a dark path. I hope you will be kind in Transformers 5. Some people just gotta learn the hard way. So, I'm the Cartoon Gentleman. I brought you organized chaos, and as you excuse me, I'm going to groom my new body. That feels really weird to say out loud. But I got a cool tie now. Look, it kind of moves. You didn't record that, did you? Oh. Cut the credit.